Welcome. I am Sax Francisco, clairvoyant medium. I like to spill tea on true crime mysteries. One dear to my heart is the lovely Nancy Guthrie, now missing for too many days. So come on in, join me for tea. I want to share with you latest information that I do have. So come on in, join me for tea. I do have updates on Nancy Guthrie. I must warn you, today's tea is rather hot. You may even question whether you believe me or not. Yes, indeed, this tea is hot. Even the teacup handle got knocked off. But I never worry, and don't you fret, my dear. When there is a break in a teacup, a breakthrough is near. Cheers. Now, before I begin to spill my tea, I do have one question for my beloved, Thee. Can you please tell me what color you see? Are these cups shades of blue to you? Or could they be green? With envy, green. All I can say about what I see, there is an issue of being slighted and greedy. That is at the heart of the Nancy Guthrie mystery. So whether you see green or whether you see blue, I'm here today to stack up some more clues. So, put aside what you might think, just as I did, and I let spirit be my eyes. So let's count them up. All of the perps. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are those responsible for the fact that Nancy is not alive. Now, today, my tea is the truth will set you free. And with the greatest of respects, I want to take you to a reading that I did on April 16th. Nancy started to visit me in my home, in my bedroom, on March 26th. And I've received information continually. On April 16th, I did a tea leaf reading. And I had a friend of mine I wrote a series of questions that would be very logical questions for this case. And I asked my friend to just read them during the reading, one by one. So I guess I want to entitle this, The Circles We Keep. One of the clues that Nancy gave me when I was looking at her photograph, all of a sudden I saw and I heard the name Michael. When the name Michael came forward, looking at her photo, I had a very, very important distinction here that I'm not accusing anybody by the name of Michael. I want to make this clear. What Nancy imparted on me is that Michael knows the perpetrators, and Michael doesn't know he knows the perpetrators. So I'm going to talk about Savannah and I'm going to talk about Michael Feldman, but I'm making it very clear. I am not accusing family. I've never accused family. I know family is not involved in this, but what I'm trying to identify is I call the perp who initiated this Perp 3. You can go back through all of the videos I've had on this case. They are on TikTok, but the longer versions, the uncut versions, are on YouTube. At Sacred Sax is TikTok address, and Sax Francisco Clairvoyant Medium is my YouTube address. You can start at the beginning with me, but tonight's video, I'm going to be calling it Part 10 in this whole series, The Circles We Keep. And like I said, I'm not here to accuse anything, but we have to hit the nail on the head with how this was initiated. And this is what my objective is. I do want to hit the nail on the head for who is the one perpetrator who initiated this. I say it's a Caucasian male. And I say that this person is a communications expert, would be up on the latest in technology in the communications fields. And if you know anything about the Guthrie family, Michael Feldman is connected to communications, okay? So I'm not accusing, like I said, I'm trying to find the circle. We gotta find the circle that they know this perpetrator from and in. And I am saying all along that these perpetrators initiating a kidnapping for money, that's exactly what it is. It's a kidnapping for money. There's someone who started it, and I'm pointing fingers, okay? I'm pointing fingers because fair is fair. You take this crime on, Sears can see you. And it's, as DNA is getting more evolved, I can assure you, so are the mediums on this planet. So if you're going to create a crime, we're going to come looking for you. Don't mind us, okay? So I'm going to share what I see. The person does know family. And I really want people to be focused on the circles, okay? So the only information I'm sharing here, this is going to be short. I'm sharing you the recording from the reading on April 16th. Anne Marie Neely is helping me. And this is an 8-minute clip only on the circles we keep. Listen to the question. This is one of the questions we asked in the reading. Very logical. And this is because I got the name Michael, and I know Perp 3 is a communications expert, and then learned that Michael Feldman is in communications. I'm saying this has to be looked at. There are circles here that are imperative to be considered. Okay, so this is Anne Marie Neely asking a simple question, and I'm responding in the reading. So, cheers. Here's to truth. Here's to breakthroughs. And may this beautiful cup with its yellow flower be honored forever on my mantle, because truth is truth, and I'm here to reveal it. And this cup shows me that I'm making the right breakthrough. It's not sacrificed for nothing. Okay.
So here's one of the questions that you did send me, honey, and I'm going to ask you, does Michael Feldman know Perp number 3, the front man?
Oh, yeah. Shoot. You know what? When that appears, you know what's appearing? Out of all things. Oh my God! I'm seeing the Olympic rings. All of a sudden I'm seeing this ring appear, and then another ring appear, and then another ring appear, and it's the Olympics. You know how they have those 5 rings?
Yeah.
Or 6 rings to make up their logo?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Savannah was supposed to host the Olympics.
Really?
She was supposed to be one of the broadcasters for it. And because the Olympics was happening right around that time. And she couldn't do it.
The Winter Olympics.
Well, it must have been. I'm seeing the Olympics.
Really?
Oh my God. What the heck does that mean? You're asking about Michael. I'm relaying the question. And I'm literally seeing those silver, white, like are they silver, are they white? I'm seeing the Olympic rings.
Yeah.
Okay, and I gotta ask, why is this being shown?
I think there's 5. Maybe there could be 6, I'm not sure.
Well, and
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, so you asked about Michael. I'm seeing the Olympics, and I want to say that it's someone in their circles then. It has to be because they're showing me the circles appear. Circles. They're showing me the circles. See, this is not political. This is, this could be people that they know privately or professionally.
Right.
They know these people privately or professionally, and this is very unique information that I'm seeing the Olympics, and I know Savannah was supposed to be connected to that. So that is intriguing. I just have to simply phrase it up as it's somehow in those circles. So it could potentially be somebody that Michael and Savannah know. And it even makes me wonder, because believe it or not, I feel like Perp 3 is still somehow, like he's Caucasian and like he looks like a clean-cut, kind of classy dude. Like he doesn't look like a lowlife, okay? Like he doesn't look like a scary thug either. He looks like he could walk around in corporate circles. So it makes me wonder if, like, could there be financial donations around the Olympics? Do they know sponsors of the Olympics? Well, like, that sounds weird. I mean, but these people want money, you know? So sometimes you can want money because, number one, you have none, and you want money. But sometimes you really have money, you love money, money is status to you, you want to keep your status, it's important to you, and in order to do so, you need more money.
Yeah.
And you want to go get it where you know it is. So that opens up a whole new can of worms there, because why would I see the Olympic symbols? It would make me think that Savannah may know the person, not just Michael. Not just Michael.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
somehow in circles.
Wow.
And you know what's really crazy? Like, this is so weird. Why would I hear this? Concentric. Concentric. Why would I hear such a word? Concentric circles.
What does that mean?
What the heck does that mean? Concentric. What is concentric? Why am I'm hearing it like I should know what it means. So I just want to search for that.
We did look it up.
Is there any term
Just
that is
listen.
concentric? Not concentric.
How do we have the circles
Circles.
among us
Okay.
is the question with the Guthrie
What the
family
heck?
and
They
perpetrator
are two
3.
or more circles that share the same center point, but have different radii, meaning they fit inside one another without intersecting. Often found in nature, like ripples in water, and in design, like archery targets. These circles maintain a constant distance between each other, with the area between them known as an annulus. So it's circles with a common center. Smaller circles are nested inside larger ones.
Okay,
Each
these are
circle
clues.
must have a different radius. They do not intersect in 2D space. Geez, this is crazy. Okay, so visual patterns would mean archery targets, bullseye,
Archery, bullseye,
dart
symbols,
boards,
dartboards.
and concentric circle patterns.
Yeah.
In nature, it would mean ripples expanding from a stone dropped into a pond. In engineering and industry, zoning, combustion design in engines. Who knows? And even in an art circle, Kandinsky's squares with concentric circles study. And education would be a teaching strategy also known as inside-out circles, where two students form two rings to discuss topics. So, who knows, maybe that's a person's logo, you never know. Like maybe, a bullseye. Maybe that's a weird way that the spirits are saying bullseye. They are within the same circles. Okay, so
That's what I see here too, is when they share the same center. So
they share the same center and they're within the same circles. So somehow Perp 3 is in the circles of Savannah and Michael. That's how I'm seeing this. Excellent timing. Excellent timing on that question, my dear. That's amazing.
Wow, okay.
Wow. What are the other questions? We may as well finish them off real quick.
Okay, I think that's...
Okay, well,
Nope.
how about how far from your home?
Okay, that's it. That's all I've got on. As simple as it is, we have to identify where perp number 3, who I feel is the initiating perpetrator, how does he know the Guthrie family? I know everybody's after Annie and Tommaso. I've made it very clear all the way along. I have never thought it's Annie or Tommaso, and I'm just praying that people leave them alone. I feel Annie's really vulnerable emotionally and mentally, and they just didn't have anything to do with this. But going back to Perp 3, just to get more of this identity, there's some defining features, just to take it from the top again, on perpetrator 3 is the only Caucasian out of 5 perpetrators who were involved in Nancy Guthrie's kidnapping, okay? Only one is Caucasian. And as you heard here, I feel that this man has already had status. He could have already had money, and his status could be slipping, and that's why he wants the money. I feel he targets family, not Nancy. So the way he looks at the family is seeing that the family has money. And like I said, I'm determined to say, from what I keep being shown by Nancy, This perp is more known because of Michael Feldman and Savannah's private or personal circles, and they would definitely know that perp. That perp might never have met Nancy. Okay, so I keep saying that perp 3, as far as his role in this, he is the communications expert who talks over the communications network while perp 1 and 2 are in the home during the kidnapping. And he is talking to them over this communications network. And Nancy is hearing him coordinate the car that's picking her up. Okay, so that's why I'm trying to really finger how many perps are truly here. They're all accountable. They all were responsible. But perp 3 was smart enough never ever to come in contact with the house, never came in contact with the vehicle, never came in contact with location number 3, which is where they held Nancy. I call location 1 her residence at 5820 North Camino Escalante, which they keep lying about, by the way. They're trying to, liars, it's okay. The family needs protection, but that's the real address, and you're only getting truth on my channel, okay? And perp 3 was never at that address. That's location 1. Perp 3 was never in location 2, the vehicle that removed her from her home. Thanks to comments that have come in from my remote viewing of the vehicle, we can now discern that we actually believe the vehicle used could be a Yukon. If you want to go back and find out what I described as the driver, the vehicle, and the route that they took from Nancy's home, that is all in part 9 on YouTube. And very important information, because location 2, the vehicle, it was modified to be made into a kidnapped vehicle, and it would have perp 1's DNA, perp 2 DNA, perp 4 DNA, the driver, and Nancy's DNA. So I'm calling that location 2, and that would be a cesspool of DNA if that vehicle is ever found. I believe it's a dark model. I could be wrong, but the way it's been channeled to me, it feels like they didn't want it to be light in the night. Okay, so whatever vehicle they've got speeding through there on camera that you guys are recently seeing, blah, 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 blah. I don't think that's the vehicle, okay, that they're showing. First of all, because what I'm seeing is it's dark. They didn't want it to even be seen in the night, period. So I believe it's dark with a whole lot of tinted windows, but look at the model of the Yukon. That's what we believe this vehicle could be. Okay, and just, you're welcome to go through all my videos, but for now, I want to keep on the circles that perp 3 used. The circle is among Michael Feldman and Savannah unknowingly. So please, no accusations. I see that if they ever find out who this person truly is, I believe that this person also had journeyman and lineman career at one point. And I feel that he's in a career now that is great enough. He services corporations, high-level corporations, with whatever he's doing, which I think is communications. And we see him, my sister did a reading and she felt like he's the type to wear leather pants. And we see him in a really nice office when he's planning this crime. And I even see him, it might even be a condo, to be honest, because I see him almost higher up looking out as he's planning the crime. So he might be in a condo for that matter, or his office could be in a high rise as he's planning it. We also see pianos around this person, so he might have a penchant for pianist lifestyle, or, you know, so that could be one of his side things. And you know what? I see one tattoo and one tattoo only on Perp 3. And again, it's Caucasian skin. And you know, the tattoo that I'm seeing, I believe it could be on his forearm. And like I said, he's never been at Nancy's house. So he's not Perp 1 at the door. Okay, this is totally different person. But I see one. Oh, it's not funny. I've been trying to describe what it looks like. I'll give you something. It's funny. You know what? This is one of my holders for the cameras. Okay, this guy's tattoo, I don't know why, but I keep seeing it as if it's this like rod, okay? It's as if it's something straight here. And then on the end, it is kind of like, it's like a rod. And it's the wildest thing. It's almost like I just see it like it's very black, by the way, as well. That's the only tattoo for some reason, that keeps being put in my head about this person. So I'll just throw that in, but that's as best as a description that we can get. And somehow Perp 3 has rubbed shoulders professionally or personally with Savannah and Michael. And that's the greatest tip that I can come up with tonight. And I do believe, honestly, I truly believe this is why this teacup broke today as I was getting ready to do this video. I really do believe the breakthrough is to leave the other side of the family alone and look at all of the circles, the concentric circles, professionally and personally, in a radius between Michael and Savannah. That's where you find perpetrator 3. And then once you find perpetrator 3, you will see that perpetrator 3 somehow knows perpetrator 5. Okay, so they could be exes. They could already have been lovers. You never know. I mean, anyway, there's some kind of, they know each other. Perp 3, the initiator, and Perp 5, the female who assembled the Mexican crew. Okay, so that's all I've got tonight. I am praying every day that the truth really does come to the surface for Nancy Guthrie and her family. It is always a highly confusing, emotional, and draining time when you're in the mode of looking for a missing person. And this was rather tragic because she's gone. So I really do pray that there's a way to surround these perps, see the truth. It's easier than people realize. So here's to that. The truth will set you free. And I'm going to drink to that. So thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. And watch for the longer videos on Sax Francisco Clairvoyant Medium on YouTube. And I would appreciate lots of comments.